to my YouTube channel. As you can see from the title, I will be doing a get ready with me /Latina tag answering questions. So with this video, I received the box of Boxycharm for the month of July, and I'll be using every single piece of makeup in that box to do this makeup look. So basically I'm just going to be teaching you all how I did this makeup look, which I think looks very nice, and I will be answering all of the questions throughout the video for the Latina tag. Before I get started with the video, I would like to say that now I have 2 Instagram pages. One of those pages is Chabeli, and in this page, my personal vlog, this is where I post like more of my personal stuff, and then the other page is Makeup by Chabeli, which is where I put all of my makeup stuff and all of my makeup videos. Now I have my YouTube channel linked to both pages in the bio. For my YouTube channel, I will only be having vlogs in there, and every single Sunday at 5 o'clock there should be a video going up, which this video will be going up tomorrow, Sunday at 5 o'clock. And I chose to put it into my YouTube channel more as a vlog because I'll be answering questions about the Latina tag, and that's more about me, that's more personal. Now for my makeup page, every single Wednesday I'll be posting a 1-minute video doing my makeup, a mini makeup tutorial, and that way I can just, you know, post new pictures of makeup and keep both of my pages separate. My personal vlog and my makeup page, just everything's gonna be separated from now on. I think it's just more organized and better for all of you. So before I start with the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and let's get started with this makeup tutorial. Okay, so I am going to show you all the products that I got for Boxycharm, and the first product here that I'm going to be showing is the palette, the Morphe Manny Makeup Artist Glam palette. So I really love the palette. It looks like this inside. I will be creating a look with this palette. You can see right here. I am so excited to use this. And I also got this other palette by Ace Beauty, and it's more like a contouring palette, so I'll definitely be using this today. Yep, that was the second product. The other product here is this setting spray. I don't even have a setting spray. I like never used a setting spray before, but this is a setting spray and this is what I'm going to be using. It smells like coconut, so I'm like excited to use this too. It looks like this, the packaging. And I also got, that was the third product. So then I also got this Babe Lash, and it's a lash growing serum. So it looks like this, and then it looks like this inside, and you're supposed to put it over your eyelid. It says to put it in the evening, so I put it on yesterday, and I'll be showing you guys the results afterwards. So I'm not going to be using, this is the only product that I'm not going to use throughout the video. I put it on yesterday evening, and I'm going to continue to put it on and just show you guys the results, like if my eyelashes actually grow and what happens, and I'll update you guys on that. This was the last product. So this is the Quick Color Swish Dry Makeup Brush Cleanser. So basically what you do is you put your brush in here and you clean it off, and then whenever you can just wash this with your brush cleanser soap and let it dry, hair dry, and put it back in here again, and then you can go ahead and reuse it. I actually like this because, like, come on, I am usually when I'm doing my makeup, if I need to like clean off the brush, I use like a tissue or something, but here now I can just dip my brush in here and, you know, go ahead and clean my brush while I do my makeup. So let's get started with this makeup look. And I wanted to invent something colorful. With this palette I can see that the colors look more like fall colors, so definitely I will be creating more like a fall color look. I know fall is coming up. There's literally only 1 month left of summer, which is August, so let's see how this goes. Let me start off, and throughout the video, like I said previously, I will be answering questions. I put up a poll, but I didn't really get questions on Instagram. So what I'm gonna do is do the Latina tag, and throughout the video I'm just gonna be talking to you all and answering these questions. So let's get started with this because I do not want to waste any more time. I actually have the questions right here. Let me pull that up and I will answer that meanwhile we're filming this video. Okay, so let me start off. I'm always starting off with one eye here. I already did my eyebrows. As you can see, they're already nicely filled in, looking natural. And I am gonna just go ahead and start doing my eyeshadow. So the setting, like, it's a primer for your eyelid before you put on your eyeshadow and stuff. It's from Pretty Vulgar. I got this from Boxycharm. Literally all the makeup that I get is from Boxycharm. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this here and basically just blend it in there, and we're just gonna go ahead and start doing this nice eyeshadow. I am gonna be using, for the first color here, the colors that I'm gonna be using is this Spellbound color, this one here, the color Gamenta, this one here, and Scorpio. So those were the ones that caught my attention the most, and I'm gonna stick to using those. I think we're gonna go in with the Luxie 121 mini tapered brush. So I'm gonna use this one. So let's see, I'm gonna challenge myself because I'm always using this e.l.f. one. Let's see how the makeup comes out. I'm gonna start off, like I said, with the color Spellbound here. So let's get started. As you can see from here, it's pretty close enough. I think I'm gonna closing up the camera a little bit more so you can see more of what I'm doing. And I'm gonna dab onto the color, and let's get started with this. So since I didn't really get any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and just do the Latina tag. So far I like the brush, as you can see here. Yeah, I like the brush. It helps me like stay precise with the color. Okay, so you can see there. Let's go with this first question. What is your nationality? So the first question is, what is your nationality? And my nationality is, I was born in the Dominican Republic, so I am Dominican, and I was born in the Dominican Republic and lived there until I was like 7 years old. I think I was like 7, almost turning 8. So I am Dominican. I like being Dominican. I like my roots. I think the part that I like the most about being Dominican is like just all the culture things that it has, like the food, like the music, and just like when you have a Dominican family, like everybody seems to be like together and stuff. So like usually when you're Dominican, you tend to have a big family. So that's what I also like about being Dominican. I also, yeah, I consider myself Dominican just because my roots are Dominican. I was born there. I actually went to school there for kindergarten. I think kindergarten, first grade, and second grade, half of second grade. I was almost done with second grade. So basically I did kindergarten, first and second grade. So yeah, like I learned how to like speak Spanish. I speak Spanish fluently. I also not only that, but I also read Spanish fluently, and I can write Spanish fluently too. So I feel like definitely going to school in the Dominican when I was younger helped me a lot, and I'm glad that I spent my childhood there, like, because I feel like growing up in the DR, like having your childhood there is much more different than having a child here in the US. Like you get to spend more time outside, spend more time playing outside with your friends, and like it's completely different to here. As in here, I feel like kids are more like inside of the home. They usually like play video games and like other stuff online, but when I was growing up, it wasn't like that. It was more like outside activities, and like I really enjoy that. And I also had my more of my family members around there, because like my aunts and stuff used to all live in the R. Like even though most of them live here now, but I had them so close, and every time there was like a birthday party or something, like it was just the family will come together. So I really liked growing up there. It was, I think it was fun, and it was like when I look back into my childhood, I really enjoy living there. So definitely that's something that I miss, because I do have my family. I do have some family members nearby, like some cousins and stuff, but I do not have like all of my aunts near me. They do live in the US now, but they some of them live like probably like New York, or like yeah, a lot of them live like in New York or like in other states. And to be able to see them, you have to like travel and actually go on like 4-hour rides in your car, or like it's not the same. So it's not like I have them nearby that I could just go straight there in the weekend. Oh, let me go visit an aunt, let me go visit this person, let's do this. Like it's not the same. But I still keep in contact with my family, and I still try to like do stuff like family wise. So yeah, at least I could do that. And I really just, that's the part that I miss the most. So yes, I'm Dominican, and I really like that. Like if I were to be born again, I would just be Dominican again, because I love my culture, I love the food, I love the music, and I just love being Dominican. So yes. Now going on to the second question, because I think there's like 12-13 questions overall. The second question here is, do you speak Spanish? I kind of just answered that by myself right now. Yeah, I speak Spanish. I speak it fluently. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next color. But before we do that, let me start with the third question. The third question here is, what is your favorite dish from where you're from? That's gonna be hard to answer, because I have so many favorite dishes. I'm telling you, I love food. I love Dominican food. Like it's just yummy. Like I just think about it, and it's just, I'm already tasting the food in my mouth. So here's where I use my new brush thing, my new brush cleanser. Like this brush, even though you can't really see it right now, it has like old makeup on it. So let's just rub that in there. And I can see some of the makeup actually coming off in there. You probably can't, but you can see some of the makeup rubbing off. So that's amazing. Like all you have to do is squeeze it in there, and it cleans your brush for you. Amazing. Okay. So my favorite dish from, you know, the Dominican Republic. I'm gonna start off with one of them. So I love tripletas. Tripletas are like a common food that Dominicans eat. Tripletas are basically plantains smashed with like butter. You smash the plantains like butter, like just like if you were taking potatoes and you were smashing them. Where you take the plantains, sweet plantains, which are the yellow ones, and green plantains, and what you do is that I'm using this color right here, the Gamenta. Yeah, Gamenta color. What you do is that you take the plátano and you smash it, and then you also fry cheese. There's a certain cheese that you fry, and you also fry salami, and you also fry eggs, and all that together is called a tripleta, and it tastes so damn good. Like I love tripletas. Another food that I like, consider Dominican food, is, we have so many. Like we'll do like we'll do pastelón. Pastelón is also plantain smash, but sweet plantains, the yellow ones, and with carne molida, which is ground beef. And you basically layer it up. You put smashed plantain, ground beef, smashed plantain, ground beef again, and then you put cheese on the top. That's called pastelón. I love pastelón. And other like basic normal foods that we do will be like moro, moro de habichuela roja, morcha de habichuela negra, moro de guandule with carne de res, which is basically just like rice mixed with beans, rice mixed with green peas, and also like carne de res is like just red meat. And it's just the way that we like cook things and give it our own like seasoning, our own the way we marinate the food. So I obviously love that. I also like tostones as in like with salami and like eggs and stuff like that. But I also like patacones are like tostones but in a bigger form, and sometimes you put meat in between, you put some salad into that, you put some mayonnaise, ketchup, you put like avocados in there too. I actually have some videos and recipes on my channel, so if you want to look at that, then you know, go ahead and get it from there. But I really, there's like a whole list. The list goes on. So we're gonna apply this color here. Yeah, the list goes on. It's just so many good foods. I'm probably like even missing some of the foods and not thinking about them, but there's just so many good foods that we have. I don't know if mofongo is an actual Dominican food. I know that Dominicans make it and it tastes very good, because our foods are very Dominican foods are very similar to what Boricuas will make, what like Puerto Ricans will make. So forgive me if I get confused and the food is actually from PR and not from Dominican, but our foods are very similar. Like we cook very similar foods, so yeah. But I love Dominican food. And another dessert that I really like from the DR is like habichuelas con dulce. I don't know if it was the Dominicans or the Boricuas that made this up. Habichuelas con dulce is when you take beans and you basically make it into the dessert, and it's gonna taste sweet. So that also tastes very good. I know we do arroz con leche, which is when you put rice and you put milk and basically you make a dessert out of it, and that also is a very good dessert. So there's just so many freaking good food. And if you guys ever want to try like foods like this, I should there's, well, depending on where you live, like sometimes it's hard. I know that if any of you, I don't live in Lawrence just because I don't want people to know where I live at and stuff, but I don't live in Lawrence anymore. But down in Lawrence there's a lot of like Spanish restaurants. So if you guys are ever interested in like buying Dominican food, that's the place that you can go to. Like there's certain restaurants like Pollo Típico or like Pollo Centro, stuff like that, that have like a lot of Dominican food. So if you guys want to go down there, I should record myself one day actually buying Dominican food and from different places and just give out reviews, so that you guys, if you guys want to try a certain food, you can always go to that place. So let's go on to the next question. All right, so we're gonna go on to our next question, and the next question is going to be, when was the last time you visited? The last time I visited the Dominican Republic was 5 years ago. I know it's sad, you know, I'm dying to go again, but you know, sometimes just money gets tight, and as much as I want to go and spend over there with the family and stuff, like sometimes I just don't have the money. But definitely that is a future plan, to go down there for vacation again. And last time I went was 5 years ago, so we're in 2020, and the last time I went was 2015. I actually spent a whole month over there, and I really enjoyed it. Like I really want another vacation like that. I really enjoyed it. I spent a whole month over there. I saw most of my family members. I went out a lot. Like I actually went to where I was born at, because I was born in Bani, Dominican Republic. I went there, and I went to these things that are called the patronales. Rotronales is when they do like it's like a park like party thing that they do, and sometimes they invite like people who sing, and then I saw people singing there. I also went to the clubs over there, and I had a lot of presidentes, like a lot of presidentes, like oh my god. But yeah, I cannot wait to go again. I what else did I do? I went over to Salinas, which is in Bani, which is a beautiful beach, and I love it there. I also went over to the capital of Dominican Republic, which is Santo Domingo. There I went to many different malls to see the malls that they have, and they're huge. Like they have literally everything inside. They have clubs inside, they have movie theaters, they have like food places, they have so many things inside. Like it's a whole world inside of the malls. And I went to Boca Chica too, which is the main beach at Santo Domingo. And where else did I go? I went to a lot of different places when I went, but the point is that, like, you know, it's a very fun place to go visit. I think I passed by the Malecon too, because when you're in the Dominican Republic, in the capital, Santo Domingo, like the Malecon is literally right there. And I had so much fun. Like I spent a whole month, and when I got back I was just so sad, because it's like it's a whole different world being over there. Like you have so much fun, so many places to go out to. So the other question is, if you ever visited your country, what is your favorite place to visit? Like I said, I was mentioning a bunch of places, but I think out of all the places that I liked the most, that was so peaceful and like beautiful and stuff, was Salinas Beach and Bani. I feel like the beach is despite all the years that it has and everything, like the beach is still kept nicely clean, and it's just a place that you can go to the beach and just like have a good vibe at, like just relax, have a good time. So definitely I will definitely go over to Bani, to Salinas again, the beach over there. And yeah, that's like a place that I want to see. I haven't gone to the resorts, which is so sad, so I couldn't say like, oh, for the resorts. Like if I would have gone to the resorts, I probably would have recommended you guys to go to a certain resort in the Dominican Republic, but since I didn't, then I would say Salinas Beach, because it's so peaceful and beautiful. Or you can go to the capital if you're more of like a city person, and definitely go out to the different malls that they have. Like you'll find stuff to do there. And now I'm gonna do is the cut crease. So let's go with the cut crease. Alright, on to the next question. The next question here is, have you ever visited the capital of your country? Like I said this, I feel like I'm repeating myself a little bit, but yeah, I visited the capital. The capital of Dominican Republic is Santo Domingo, and the capital has a lot of fun places that you can go to. It has a lot of malls, really big malls that like literally have everything. Like I said, like the movie theaters, the clubs, like the food places, all of those things. They're huge. And it also has Boca Chica, which is a really big beach, nice and all. It also has like a lot of food places that you can go to. It has La Sirena, which is like I'm doing the cut crease, which is like another like store, another mall, and it has a lot of stuff there. And then it also has like this Chinese town, and basically they have like a Chinese town. Like they'll sell like Chinese food there, they'll have like Chinese stores, like a whole lot like Chinese town. You get what I'm trying to say? So you can see I have my cut crease here. I think I'm gonna leave it at that because I really want this color to like overpower the look. And meanwhile the concealer dries up, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with I always do this. You see it in all my videos. And I always use the Cover FX palette here, and I always put in the highlighter. And the reason why I always put the highlighter under my brow is because it makes everything stand out. And I do this with a very flat brush. Actually, I'm gonna use the angle one that I have here. It's an angle like eyebrow brush, so I'm gonna use that. Okay, so let's take this color right here and we're gonna put that under our brows, just to, you know, give it that pop look. And as you can see, you see how it's like it automatically just pow, brings out that stuff there. Well, yeah, that's what I love about it. Love it, love it, love it. And I still kind of put some around here at the beginning of the brow. Now let me take a small little brush. I usually take something like this small to go in where the crease is at. Okay. So let me answer another question while I do this. So the other question I'm going to answer is, what is your favorite dessert from the culture? I kind of went into details with this earlier on. I always answer more than what I'm supposed to be answering for each question. And then look, what is my favorite dessert? My favorite dessert for Dominican desserts, correct me if I'm wrong, it might just be from PR, from Puerto Rico, or it could just be from somewhere else, but I think they're Dominican because this is what I'm eating all my life. I should have just researched this before, or asked my parents or something. I like arroz con leche, which is rice and milk put together, but they make it sweet, so that tastes very good. I like habichuelas con dulce, which is beans, and basically all of this mixture, and it tastes sweet. It tastes very good. And sometimes they put the round crackers in there. I forgot the name of the round crackers they put in there, but oh my god, that tastes so good. I also like I don't know if the Dominicans are the ones that make flan, or like I don't know where they come, but sometimes they make Dominican flan. They make cakes a certain way that Dominicans and Boricuas don't make their cake the same. Like everybody makes it differently, but I love when the cake is done a Dominican way. Like if you're Dominican and you understand how Dominican does the cake, you will know it's different. And I really love the way a Dominican style cake is done. It's just different. It has a different taste to it. I also like they have different dulces. Like Bani is known for a lot of the dulces. Bani is known for dulce de leche, dulce de maní, which is dulce of milk. It's just like milk, a bar of like milk, and it's like it tastes sweet. And then they also have maní, dulce de maní, which is peanut. It's like a peanut dessert, and it tastes so good. And they have like all of these different dulces, but mainly those are my favorite ones. And they also have bizcocho de tres leche. I think bizcocho de tres leche is Dominican, which is when cake has like 3 different type of milk. So 3 different type of milk cake. I don't know how to translate it good, but yeah, I love that one. Usually they have those on the bodegas. They usually have those convenience stores and stuff. So here, this is Scorpio. Look at this beautiful color. Ooh la la. We're gonna go with Scorpio just to give this color even more of a pop, because we're going nowhere, but we're gonna look like divas today. Yeah, I'm going nowhere because of this whole coronavirus. Okay, I really have to layer this up, like, in order to get the color. This looks amazing. Look at that. Ooh la la. Miren eso, mi amigo. Se ve lindo, súper bonito, súper para ir de fiesta y no vamos a ningún lado. Vamos a quedar aquí en la casa en cuarentena. I'm just joking. I was supposed to go to the supermarket and get a few stuff today, but I really don't feel like going to the supermarket. I hate the supermarket. I try to go every 3 to 4 weeks. I hate being there. Too much people, and like, not that I hate people, but like it's just too crowded, and like you just have to get so many stuff, and it's stressful. To me, going food shopping is stressful. Okay, so let's go with the next question: what town is your family from and what do you love most about it? Okay, so my family is from, my mom was born in the capital of Dominican Republic, which is Santo Domingo, but she grew up in Bani. My father is from Bani. He was born in Bani and he grew up in Bani too. So I was born in Bani, my brothers were born in Bani too, so I say we're really mostly from Bani, except for my mom was born in the capital, Santo Domingo, but after she was like 13, she moved over to Bani. So yeah, I will consider her from Bani. Okay, we're gonna take, you see this Cover FX glitter drops, and we're gonna put it over this color just to make it pop a little bit more, because we're gonna slay this look. We're gonna slay it. And I just open it and like take some from there, from like the sides and stuff, and basically put it over this color, and that's gonna make it shine even more. Ooh la la. So perfect, just what I was looking for. So now what I'm gonna do is I am going to do my other eye off camera. I'll be right back, and then I will put on some nice lashes and I will finish the questions for this look. See you all in a bit. Alright, so I'm back with both eyes done, as you can see. And what I did here was that I cleaned it up on the sides, like facing up with makeup wipe. So just, you know, easily clean it up and just make it even on both sides. I love how it came out. Now it's time for my lashes. And my lashes I got from, they're the Adele 3D Fox Minx lashes. They look more on the natural side, but they still give, you know, that nice like look. And basically what I do is, I'm going to show you guys one eye on how I put my lashes on. I'm using this Eyelure London 18-hour lash glue, pure latex free, and let's see how it goes. Normally what I do now that my nails are not super long, because I haven't gotten my nails done, they're long now, like my natural nails, but as I'll do it with my finger, and then I'll take this, it's from Adele, it has this little point, and then just squeeze it down the edges, because I press it down from the middle first. And sometimes I will grab it with this and put it on, but I feel like with my finger is easier. Basically, I just hold the lashes and I tilt my head back a certain way so that the lash can fall right there. And this, I feel like it makes it so much easier to apply lashes on. So basically, I tilt my head like this in between, and I basically just make sure that I grab it, and then I hold it with this. Make sure to just hold it there. Hold it. It's obviously on, and we're just gonna do the other eye. I'm gonna do that off camera really quickly, and I'll just go ahead and go to the rest of the face and answer the last questions for you. I have my lashes on now, and I'm just gonna go with my face and put on the Pore Professional primer, which Boxycharm sent to me, and it's actually a very good one. And we're gonna put this on the areas that, you know, it should be going in. So like here. So let me go with the last question. The last question on the list was, what place will you visit in your country that you have not seen before? So I kind of answered this in the video, but I want to go to like a resort in Punta Cana or like in Bávaro, so I can see what they're like over there. I have seen like vlogs and stuff of YouTubers going, but I have not been to them myself. So definitely that's something that I would like to go to in the Dominican Republic. So, and there's other places too that I would like to go to and stuff, but mainly if I could choose, it will be those places. Yeah, let's go on with our foundation. Foundation. My little sponge, which I already wet. my L'Oreal True Match foundation, which is literally like my favorite one. I hope you all enjoy hearing the answers to my questions. Those were all the questions there was. I think it was like 12 or 13. Apart from this, I'm gonna go in with the brush and do the bottom line here and do some mascara in the bottom. The mascara that I use is this one, the Pretty Vulgar mascara, and I put some under here, and then I put my lashes on, and then I put some here too, and I'm just gonna put in the bottom lashes after I do the eyeshadow and fill that in. So let me just closing it up a little bit so that you guys can see my bottom here. And I'm just gonna go in with yeah, I'm gonna go in with the brown first, the Spellbound color that I use first, and I'm just gonna go in there. Camera is good right there. Now with the concealer, I'm just going to clean it up. It doesn't have much, but there's some to it there. Here we are with this look. Okay, so the rest of the face now is time to, since I already put my concealer on, it's time to contour and highlight. Like I always have contour and highlight. I always start off using this. I always start off with this. This is a very old thing that I always use. It's the Master Contour by Face Studio, Maybelline. I love this thing because it just helps you more. So let's go with this. So basically I just go down like always. This is an old thing that I always had. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to blend in is this here. I do it with the smaller one, just because this is what I always use for my concealer. And then after this, to blend in the contour, I use a sponge that I use for my foundation. After I'm done with this part, what I'll do is I'm gonna take this, the one that came with Boxycharm, Ace Beauty Bronze and Paradise, and I am going to be using my smaller brush right here. This from Boxycharm. I love this to contour, and I'm probably gonna go with the shade. This shade here, the second darkest one. I'm gonna go with this shade just because, you know, I want it a little bit darker. I feel like since I have a tan and the foundation wasn't matching with me, it's kind of like light. So I know I look at this after right now, but don't worry. All right, so now from here I am gonna take my Becca translucent powder, show you guys in a bit. So this is my Becca translucent powder. I love this one. I have different translucent powder from Pretty Vulgar and other different ones, but I love the packaging that this one has. I love how it works. And basically I just shake it, and then it has this little thing that you open up here, and then there you can see the translucent powder. I take the same little sponge that I use for my concealer, and I'm just gonna go straight into here. So now with this, all this powder on, let's go for the lips. I use this Seraphine Botanicals, and it's a whimsical wisteria conditioning lip polish. It's almost like a sugar scrub. I'm gonna apply a little bit more under. Instead of using lip balm, I use it. Alright, so for my lips, the first thing I do is I always take my foundation or concealer. For this time is I take whatever chapstick I put on, Vaseline or the sugar scrub that I just showed you guys. Lately I've been using the sugar scrub because I feel like it works. Put that on, and then I put either concealer or foundation. Not foundation because my concealer, I don't really have any, so I just pack it on like this. So as you can see, I'm gonna take this pencil now. It's a lip pencil. It's by Beauty Volte. It's in the color Babe, and it just came with Boxycharm. It's in this color, like this, and I'm just gonna put that on. Really like it. So then now what I'm gonna do is take my Superstay Matte Ink Maybelline liquid lipstick, and it's a similar color to it, but let's see how it turns out. Yep, perfect. Take up all of the powder off from my face, the translucent powder. Just shake it off. And I'm just going to blend this in. Okay, so after this is all done now, because I contoured my face, you can see like it goes from like lighter to darker shade around here. I'm really loving how the lip color really matches the eyes, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do my highlight now. I always start off with the brightener over here. This brightener from Cover FX, I really love this. I feel like this is what's gonna make your makeup really stand out. I always forget to kind of do this stuff, but it's very important with the mascara. So now we have this, and I'm gonna take my highlighter. The highlighter I will be using today is Grwm highlighter. I really love this highlighter. I feel like it really pops out the makeup. All right, so last but not least, I'm going to be using my Ciara London Everyday Baking finishing spray. And let me try it on. Okay, so I'm gonna use it in a T motion. So it certainly feels refreshing. So this was the last step. Thank you for taking your time to watch my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave your thumbs up, and leave your comments down below. And if you want to watch more get ready with me, just let me know so that I can do more of these videos. I will definitely be putting other content on my channel. And until next time, we'll see each other in the next video. Bye. As always, thank you for taking your time to watch. Goodbye.